Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we will talk to Danny Kinnaird about his bourbon journey. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Danny Kinnaird, Kathy Cool, and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey. Hey, so we're going to have a good time today. We're going to be talking to Danny about his bourbon journey, and that should be a fun one. But before we get to that, Kathy said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Kathy?
I do. So I know McNew has a word that she's very despond of. She hates
moist.
It.
Yeah, she got it right though. That's the oddly she played Wordle. The first time she ever played, the first word she guesses is moist. So she says she doesn't like the word, but that's what she guesses and gets it right. By the way,
it's got a couple of vowels. It's got the S, the T, the M. I think it's a good choice for a first word.
Okay.
I've got a couple of phrases that drive me crazy.
Okay.
Do you guys have any phrases?
Phrases
that drive you, like overused or misuse or doesn't make sense?
Like plain and simple or turn around.
Yeah, text me before you text me.
Yeah, text me before you text me. That would be some example of phrases, that I struggle with. Text me before you text me. That never lives down. We kept saying that in Key West too. Danny's not even there. We're plastering his face all over with the stickers, and everybody's like, "Hey, text me, and then text me that you're going to text me when you're ready to go." So Danny loomed large in Key West. That's why. Does anybody have phrases that bother them?
I do. When you start a job or any company that says, we're like a family here, you know that place is toxic as fuck. Turn around and walk out. Leave.
Yeah. You've probably done that 3 or 4 times in this past year.
I have. Leave. They say, we're like a family. I'm like, my family doesn't need to pay me to spend time with them. I'm out.
You're out.
Note to self. Do not say that.
Is that what you say, Lenny, when you onboarding?
Not. I don't know. Definitely not going to say it anymore.
Yeah. Interesting. What else is a phrase that drives us crazy? I'm interested to hear Kathy's, but I don't want her to go yet because then we could be like, oh, okay. Danny, you got one? Okay.
The phrase, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, let's talk.
Or is it?
Okay. Well, that's what we got, Kathy. I don't know. It's a great representative list, but what do you come up with?
Fur babies.
Fur
no,
babies.
that's a good one.
McNew says that all the time. Yeah.
Or dog mom.
So am I. They're not my fur babies. That just sounds like I've birthed out something really gross.
No. Okay, so I think it's funny though, because my husband has a kid and I call him his skin child, and it makes the kid so mad, and I think it's hilarious because I'm like, I'll be like, oh, it's our fur babies, and he'll be like, well, what am I? I'm like, you're the skin child, and it just pisses him off, and I think it's funny.
So you purposely get under the skin of a 8-year-old or however old.
Yeah, but my husband does it too. Chris thinks it's funny too, so we're just like, oh, it's the skin child. Like my dad used to tease us, like it's super innocent teasing, just because like it's funny to see him get mad because it's so stupid. But
right.
Yeah.
It came from Silence of the Lambs.
Skin child?
Kind of.
The lotion on its skin.
Lenny, what's going on with your microphone? Is it just gone? Did it blow out? We
know.
can barely hear you. It's
Let
terrible.
me fix it. Let me take a time out and fix my audio while I think of phrases that I don't like.
All right. What's some more from you, Kathy, as Lenny?
The other one that drives me crazy is starting a family.
You're starting a family. Why is that
Like
bad?
when people want to have a kid, they say we're starting a family.
Yeah, that one's weird.
We're already a family. Like, aren't you already a family? Even though there's no, like, starting a family. Just say you want to have a kid.
I'm with you on that one. It's weird.
Crazy.
Weird.
Like,
I've never thought twice about that. I guess now I'll get angry. I'll be
get angry.
Yeah. Okay.
That old man anger. I heard.
I have plenty of old man anger. That's for sure. Yeah. I suffer from that. Yes. It's rage, and you don't know why you're angry. You can't explain it, but it's just something that makes you mad. It's old man rage. So it happens. You don't think it will when you're a young man, but then when you get to be my age, also like all of a sudden, you see someone walk around in Walgreens wearing pajamas and you're just pissed off. It's not impacting you in any way. It's not even your store or anything like that, but it just makes you mad. I don't know why. Yeah.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're better.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So I just caught, finally one clicked in line with what Kathy suggested, but can't stand when a guy says we're pregnant.
Oh,
Yeah, that was weird.
No, you're not. Your wife is. You had something to do with it, but you're
that's an interesting one. Yeah. Well,
sorry.
Sounds like an excuse to gain weight for 9 months.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I assume they're trying to be supportive, but I don't know. It is a little off, right? Yeah. So there you go. Weird phrases that get to us. So there you go. If you come up with one yourself, email us to tell us you're going to email us, and then email us what it is. So
Let us know about that.
Right. It is now time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm going to start first. I've got Pacific Flyway whiskey here from our friend out at Golden Beaver Distillery, Chris Koenig. So let's see what we got here. Let's see a cork pop. Hopefully it's good. If not, he needs to work on this. Here we go. Oh, that was bad all around. That was squeaky, small pop, and slush. Everything you could say bad happened there. So luckily the whiskey's good, but the pop situation was bad. Lenny, you're next.
I've got a bottle of Wyoming whiskey's bourbon.
Okay.
Half. Yeah, I drank a
gone.
lot of the last few days.
Yeah, their stuff's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Lenny's got the lead. Actually, one of Lenny's better cork pops. Luckily, why did I have him fix that mic? Now I'm mad at myself.
Sorry, Chris.
He could have been sitting there in silence, and yeah. Well, all right, McNew, you're next. What do you got?
I have New Riff's malted rye.
Oh, you just got that for Valentine's Day. It's not Valentine's Day yet.
I know, but we never wait for any holiday.
Okay. McNew has taken over the lead with her Valentine's Day pop, though Lenny may protest that because it's not Valentine's Day yet. As we record this, as it comes out, of course, it's long gone, but that's what's going on there. Yeah. All right. Kathy, you're next.
So this is a bottle of Neely's. It's the autumn vanilla that we were drinking last night. I
Okay.
actually left the cork off all night to see if that would change the flavor.
Okay.
Nothing.
Did not help the cork pop situation. Nothing there. So McNew's got the lead. Yeah, we had an event last night where we did the little science on the introduction of air. It was actually a pretty good event for some reason. That just worked out well. It was good science going on last night. We're geeking out. All right, Danny, what do you got?
I'm going with my old classic, Wild Turkey 101.
Well, Turkey 101. Okay. No, nothing going on there. McNew, you win. Congrats.
Yay! Cheers, guys.
All right. Cheers. Quick question before we go out to break. Danny, you're a Wild Turkey guy. Do you like this label better, which is kind of a small label and a customized glass, or did you like the previous label? Because I saw someone throw that out there, and there was debate going on. I know what I like better, but there was a debate going back and forth. Some like the bigger the label that they just had, which they change your label pretty frequently, and then others like the new bottle. What do you like better?
I like the old label.
Okay. See, Danny and I could have been debating. I like the new label with the turkey in the glass. I think it's cool. But yeah, that's what was going on out there. So yeah, see, it's a real debate. Once again, cheers, gang, and
Cheers.
all right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be time to talk to Danny about his bourbon journey. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Danny Kinnaird's bourbon journey.
Yes, we are. Danny, when did you start drinking bourbon on the regular? Not sneaking a little hit here and there as a kid. So I'm sure you were always around bourbon. We're kids of bourbon was a thing when we were younger, so it was around. So if you taste it. But when did you start becoming like a bourbon fan, really?
An actual bourbon fan. Let's see here. That where I've always switched back and forth between bourbon and all, but when I really started drinking bourbon constantly, let's see here. That had to be back in.
He's really thinking here.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn around and think. It's back when there was only when I went to the Bourbon Trail, there was only 9 distilleries on there at that time.
So early 2000s, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Okay. So from that point forward, it's been all bourbon. What did you go back and forth with? Was it beer or was it with another distilled spirit?
Beer and the Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just solely Wild Turkey? Is that what you were saying before?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's just bourbon in general. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to try anything that I can.
All right. What have been some of the highlights of your bourbon journey, Danny?
Well, I've got 2 that are my favorites so far.
Okay.
Both of them are hard to get a hold of, but one's a little bit easier to get a hold of. My most favorite is George T. Stagg.
Yeah, mine too. Wow.
Now, my second favorite is a craft distiller out of Colorado called 291.
He had his hands going up.
I almost won.
He had to shamefully put his hands back down very quickly. Yeah. Well, that's embarrassing, Danny.
I like 291 too.
Yeah. 291 is great. I love 291. I got some good stuff. So, all right. What do you guys want to know from Danny?
When did you realize it was a hobby, not just a drink, right? So it kind of
there's a difference.
Lifestyle. When did it become a lifestyle?
Oh, shoot. Let's see here. I'd say about 2 years after I really got into it, that's when I started going, hey, wait a minute here. I'm going to want something to drink. So if I like this bottle, I'm going to have to get a second bottle because then I'll drink all this one, then I'll want a backup. And then
so did you pitch this idea to Misty? You're like, I got to have a backup. And yeah, I hadn't seen Danny having a family meeting. All right, Misty, gather around, kids. You can hear this too. Dad's going to start buying a second bottle.
So we're going to have to redo our budget, but we're getting more bourbon. It's fine.
No more allowance, kids.
No more allowance. Kids, the allowance is over. Dad's into the bourbon.
Allowances
I need 2 bottles. Right.
So anyway, after these bottles started collecting, it's like, okay, I tell you what, this is the greatest idea I've ever had. I said, I am collecting to have my retirement fund.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either going to do one or two things with it. I said, once I retire, my budget's going to change and I'm not going to be able to buy the bourbon like I am right now.
Right.
Okay, so now I'll have all these bottles sitting around that I can drink on. Or if I kick the bucket, my wife can sell the good ones if I don't get to them first.
It's funny. So it's like Danny mysteriously dies, and it's like not for the life insurance. You see Misty flipping the next day. We're like, oh, we know what happened.
Misty's joining a Facebook group to flip Danny's bourbon. Yeah.
Yeah, every one of y'all are invited by email, personally.
Danny, a lot of people talk about collecting bourbon and bottles, and you've already noted that you double acquire. But what are we talking about here? What is this? What does this life insurance policy look like?
It's over 1,000 bottles, right, Danny? Yeah, I mean it's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Misty just said over 1,100 right now.
1,100 bottles. Yeah.
It's impressive.
Did you sell off a bunch about a year ago? Or was that just a joke?
Oh, we were joking. When she was doing the inventory, we kept saying, that she was going to sell them all. I'll tell you what, though. I bet you, what do you think, McNew? I bet you the number's 1,500. When he gets to 1,500, she's going to bump him off. Danny's going to have an accident around the house, as so many people do.
No,
so we
I
need
actually
to have,
think it's cool, though.
Yeah.
Because Misty's so supportive. Like, she goes and gets him stuff. She comes to all
sure.
over events with them, and she doesn't even drink. So I think it's awesome that she is so supportive of this hobby with you.
Right, she doesn't drink, and I'll be at work, and then my phone will start blowing up, and it'll, I can't answer it at the time, but then when I can answer it, and I start looking at the text messages, I'm seeing picture after picture of, hey, I picked you up this. Did you want this? Too late, I already bought it.
Right.
Those are good messages to get. I like you can blow up my phone all day like that.
I've never got that message in my life.
No. Yeah. My wife's not running out to shop bourbon for me. So yeah.
One of my good friends at work, he's like, just trade me your wife for a week.
So she can do bourbon.
Wife swap. Bourbon wife swap.
Yeah, there you go. Danny could be on that show, Bourbon Wife Swap. But then there'll be some celebrity, Tommy Lee will be with Misty. She'll be out bourbon shopping for Tommy Lee. That'd be great.
Budget
episode. And I guess Tommy Lee's wife's some social media influencer, so Danny would be doing a bunch of social media stuff. That'd be a great show.
I'm going to go on a tangent, but the Pam and Tommy show, so good.
It is so good.
Really?
Yeah,
it's on Hulu.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, none of us can argue that because we haven't watched it. But
you need to watch it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you have. Fantastic.
Yeah. The dude to me looks exactly and acts exactly like Tommy Lee. I don't think the woman does a good job with Pam Anderson, but
they did the makeup really well. Like her 90s look, they did a really good job. But anyways, back to Danny.
Yeah.
Kathy, what do you want to know about Danny?
Well, he already got to the 2-bottle rule because that's one of my questions I was going to ask. Now I know why. It's because he needs a retirement fund.
Yeah.
So what is what bottle do you have in your collection that you're holding for, just don't want to open? Do you have one?
Like a very special occasion. We're not saying, you wouldn't open any of them. Yeah. That's a good question. What's the one that would be the ultimate we're talking like a kid getting married, or something you've hit the lottery, or maybe when you do retire, what's the one that you'll be popping for something, a big life event like that, Danny?
Big life event would probably be my Thomas Handy that I picked up for $130.
Okay, there you go, the Thomas Handy. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, Danny did good. Yeah, you got that not that long ago. I remember. Yeah, you sent a photo over that. So yeah, that's cool. Does anybody want to know anything else about Danny's bourbon journey?
Yeah, so you got a good deal.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So you got a good deal on that Thomas Handy. Do you have a bottle limit where you say, I really
Oh,
want
he
this
does.
bottle? Is it $1,000? Is it $500? Is there a threshold you don't cross no matter how much you want that
Well,
bottle?
he has. Okay, I'll answer some of this, and Danny, you can tell me if I'm wrong. He has a dollar amount. It has grown over the years, but he has a dollar amount, and then he has an appeals process if there's something above and beyond that, and he has to just make the case why it's really good and worth that. Right, Danny? Is that kind of how that works?
Well, actually, I've turned around and stopped at the price point of 200. If it goes a little on over 200 because of taxes, that's fine. But unless if I'm buying it in a group like the makers, the DNA project that they did.
Yeah.
All 4 bottles over $400, but I got 4 bottles.
Right.
So,
What if you walked into a store and George T. Stagg was there and it was $350? Now, we know that George T. Stagg interest has exploded. In secondary, it's really $1,000 bottle these days. Would you have to walk away because it's not just a little bit over 200, or is there still that appeals process in place? Don't lie to me here. I'm thinking you're going to walk out with that.
I would actually turn around and stop and turn and look at my wife, and she would, just like the Thomas Handy, she's the one that spotted it first, and she's like, "You're buying that."
Yeah. What if she was like, Danny, I don't think so. That's 150 over your limit. Let's not do this.
I would turn around and direct her to you. I'd be turning around and calling you. And go,
right.
Hey,
You'd
Steve,
make the case. Right. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Talk to Misty and tell her what this thing is actually worth.
Good. I'm glad you're not walking away from anything that good. Yeah.
What if she said, you can have that bottle, but that means you can't buy any more bourbon for 30 days?
30
I'm
days.
fine with that.
30-day penalty box. Okay. No.
I've got over 1,100 bottles to drink on downstairs.
he can survive 30 days. Yeah.
Danny, did
So the
I
question
hear
is,
accurately that there's a spreadsheet going that documents all of these bottles?
Everything's on my wife's phone.
Okay.
It's like one step away from if you bought the URL freddymills.com.
Yeah.
You could list all of your acquisitions or holdings on that
Your
website.
holdings. Yes.
I want to see that. I think we all want.
I think we all want. Why not make that public domain, Danny? Put that out there.
Freddie Mills Holding.
Yeah. On freddymills.com. Yeah.
It's not out there for people to buy. It's just for us to look
Right.
at.
It's just a flex. It's a flex.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I've got. This is my 401b, my 401 bourbon. So retirement account. Yeah. Okay.
Idea.
And then maybe we could, as friends, if you go through a vetting process and you become your Danny's friends, you could kind of star one of those that, maybe that's the one that Danny, gives you it from the afterlife.
So this is funny and really morbid. When my grandma was alive, she had a whole bunch of antiques. So she'd take masking tape and put my name, my cousin's name, whoever wanted it on the bottom. I don't know if that's an old lady thing, but
my grandma did that too. But she didn't give me anything. She gave my wife something. She gave my wife something, but me nothing. But she had people's names with masking tape, like behind, like there was a picture, put it behind it, the names on there. That's who it goes
her
to.
whole antique cabinet, just masking tape, everything. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And if you change the names around, do you think she'd notice?
She was on it. Like she knew.
This was important to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, of course, no bourbon journey is complete without Danny's famous 9-ounce show. Take us back to that day. You decide you're going to do this shot, and ultimately you did it, and then you kind of lost your mind on the shows, and then eventually fell asleep, even though you denied it. It's been recorded. It's out there. You can hear that for yourself if you don't believe it. And then ultimately you ended up sleeping on a litter box. So tell us about that day. What was that like for you?
That day I don't remember.
It's not a good move, right? 9 ounces of that was damn near 100 proof. I think it was like 97, 98, something like that. 9 ounces of bourbon to do, and you were drinking all stuff anyway. 9 ounces would be a lot if that's all you drank
Right.
all
But
night.
I was drinking the others ahead of time.
Right.
For the other
And then to
shows
put that all in your system at one time, that's overload. That's gonna mess you up, and it did. You were messed up, man.
Mhm.
Luckily, his wife is a nurse.
Yeah. Luckily, he had medical attention if he needed it, and he's got good kids. His son had to come in and help get him up off the floor. So he's an adult. He doesn't live at home anymore, but had to come home and help pops out.
Yep.
I would have loved to have heard that call. Yeah.
Freddie Mills at his finest.
Yeah. And then Misty is supposedly, of course, my birthday's tomorrow, so maybe it's happening tomorrow. I'm supposed to, at some point, get that picture of Danny sleeping on that cat litter box as the ultimate gift and the global rights to use that however I need to. That's what I want, the photo and the global rights.
That's next year's sticker right there.
Oh, yeah. That's all over Key West next year.
Yeah. And residents of Key West are going to be like, who the hell is this man? These chaotic stickers. What is happening?
Oh, they were all over. Royce was sending me pictures because he ended up getting stuck down there a couple more days. So he started sending me photos of all the ones he's finding around because he wasn't with me when we were putting them up and stuff like that. So as he's seen them, he's sending me photos of Danny's face. I'm like, yeah.
And I end up on Marilyn Monroe's butt.
I think that was Jen Brenner.
Yeah. That was bold. I didn't do anywhere there weren't other stickers there. I never felt so bold. I wanted to be accused of defacing anything.
Yeah,
so.
I bet the city probably removed that one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. All right. Well, Danny, there's Danny's bourbon journey. Good stuff. And yes, his bourbon journey continues on the Bourbon Daily. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Kathy Cool.
Okay. Danny.
You can find me, Danny Kinnaird, on Facebook.
All right. Lenny.
You can find me, the rest of Deerhammer, on social media at Deerhammer, on the web, deerhammer.com. You can also order all of our whiskey at deerhammer.com. You can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All right. McNew.
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. Finance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
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 Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production. Bye.